Well, hi. This men's group last night that I'm in, it's wonderful. It's part of the Mankind, I think it is, movement or whatever. And it's all about just men helping one another. Uh, and it's kind of non-hierarchical. There aren't any leaders. There are a couple of people that try to be leaders, but, uh, everybody else is pretty good. So somebody said, why do men's groups work? And I thought about it last night. I was lying next to my sweetie, and when you can't think, if you can calm yourself down and ask questions, then the funny answers come up. So I said to myself, I said, gee, why do men's groups work? And they really do. Uh, and so up came my friend Carolyn Buckloose. And Carolyn uh, has a great program called the Decade Game, and she used to teach at Stanford or at Columbia University. And she and I would have conversations about, the difference between men and women. And she told me that there's some wonderful studies that men, that we men compete with one another. We'll walk into a room, and there's this kind of almost automatic thing that happens to almost all men, that they look around at all the other men and they're saying, is this guy a threat? Is this guy an opportunity? Or is this guy, I don't have to worry about him? And then they respond accordingly. But women, on the other hand, when they walk into a room, they're looking for the women. They look at other women first, and they look to see which woman is most likely to connect with them. So they're looking for connectivity rather than competition or risk. And so then in the group last night, this very brave guy started talking about how saying how he felt was so difficult. And then that reminded me of conversations I've had with a lot of other men, including myself, that, I was embarrassed. And many other men have been so embarrassed if we were struggling or if we were suffering. And I've got one friend, and his son was having a tough time at the time, and he was so embarrassed that his son was having a tough time, and that he was having a tough time because his son was having a tough time, and he couldn't tell any of his friends. And he said, if I told my friends I was suffering, I wouldn't have any friends. They would attack me. They would attack me as being weak because I was having trouble with something. And I thought, my God, what a messed up set of things that is. And then it dawned on me. When men can come together, and when we men can risk telling our truth, what's true for us, and then have the other men not judge us, but have the other men say, yeah, do I do that too? Am I like that? And so we men learn how to communicate things that we're ashamed of. And when you're ashamed of something and you're trying to pretend that it's not that way, you're a liar. And lies really mess up reality. And they mess up what we think of ourselves. And for years I couldn't figure out why so many people lied. And I had one friend. He came from South Africa, and he told me he was mixed race. He wasn't black. He wasn't white. His ancestors had come from Pakistan or India. But he and I talked about the fact that it was almost impossible for him to tell the truth because it hadn't been safe to tell the truth. And so even it's stuff that didn't matter, he would still have to. He would think about lying first, and that's pretty heavy trauma. But we all have a degree of that, and we all don't like our traumas. But I've been working on what's the value of trauma. what's the value of a disability? So somebody's at the door and I have to go. And so thank you very much for watching this, and I hope it helped. And if you've got anything that you'd like me to talk about, please send a letter to because I can't do the techie stuff. I can barely turn this phone on. Oh my God, I'm supposed to have it like this. Oh God, see what I mean? Anyway, my friend Kelsey said, no, you got to have it like this if you're going to put it on YouTube. But anyway, so this is my best shot. So it's Post Office Box 94, Sebastopol, Sebastopol, California 95473. So hopefully I'll get to you. And if you try to get in touch with me other ways, you probably have to try a number of times because I'm really not able at this point to respond quickly to all these emails. Isn't this nice? It's Jade. My wife gave it to me. Okay. Thanks.